we've asked that all of the facts be looked at.
John Waters presses charges.
It's perfect. It's the same edition, same everything.
Illegal textbook downloads are on the rise.
And people connected with it, people thought it was funny, and they just wanted to get involved.
And how one Columbus resident is making a difference, one potato salad at a time.
That's all right here on Buckeye News Now.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Ritika Shah.
And I'm Ariana Bernard. You're watching Buckeye News Now.
After 2 months of controversy, deliberation, and media appearances, John Waters has finally decided to sue the Ohio State University. Waters is asking for his job back, plus at least $1 million in compensatory damages. Waters held a press conference announcing his lawsuit last week. Lantern TV was at that press conference. Here's a breakdown of Waters' claims. Take a look.
In terms of a lawsuit, that's not my makeup. I'm not a sue person. So no, I don't want to sue Ohio State. I love this university.
Just 4 weeks ago, former OSU marching band director Jonathan Waters had no intention of pressing charges on his alma mater. But last Friday, it was apparent that he changed his mind.
We are here today to tell the Ohio State University that we are not going away.
Waters and his attorney formally announced their case against the Ohio State University, asking for the reinstatement of the former director on top of $1 million in compensatory damages.
We're here today to restore the reputations of the 240 students who have to look behind them and to their side as people whisper about them.
Waters and his legal team accused the university of failing to provide due process and discriminating on the basis of gender. During the press conference, Waters' legal team also brought up a mid-August interview conducted with Ohio State President Dr. Michael Drake following the Glarus report.
We had a series of complaints that dated from the spring of 2013 to the summer of 2014. So that was the period that the report covered. Didn't go back beyond that except for some qualifying information.
But later that month, in a conversation with Ohio State marching band leaders, Drake's views seemed different.
There were things between 2013 and 2014, and then there was a whole sheath of historical material that was from 2006 or 2011, some 2006 and before that. So I'm totally clear that the vast majority of the material was from 2011 or before, and I think a lot of it from 2006 or before. I believe the report is largely historical. Largely historical first, and second, I appreciate the progress that's been made, given that I don't believe things today are like they were in the past, which I think is good. And I don't think, I'll try and say it again, if the band were behaving as it were reflected in the report, then that group couldn't march and represent the university in this era.
Ohio State released a statement in response to Waters' lawsuit, saying that Waters' legal team had taken Drake's words out of context and that his claims lacked both substance and merit. The university said it stands strongly behind the decision to fire Waters because the problems that arose during his leadership didn't reflect the university's values. Ohio State also claims that the efforts Waters took to fix these problems were incomplete and ineffective at protecting students. For the Lantern TV, I'm Ritika Shah.
The 2014 annual Security and Fire Safety reports were released on Tuesday. The report compiles crime data on and around campus to comply with the Clery Act, which requires colleges and universities to disclose information about crime. The report showed that the number of sexual offenses campus-wide increased from 21 in 2012 to 25 in 2013. Drug law violations decreased more than 2%, and burglaries also dropped from 22 reported in 2012 to the 9 reported in 2013.
Looking forward to our current semester, potential material for a 2014 crime report seems to be growing, especially numbers of sexual assault. There were 3 reports this weekend alone, resulting in 2 public safety notices and thus adding to the 2 previously released public safety notices regarding sexual assault earlier this semester. The beginning of a college student's first semester is known as the red zone, a time where the student is at an increased risk of becoming a victim of sexual assault. But what is Ohio State offering to keep students safe?
But what we're trying to do is we're trying to empower our community and create an environment where we can have open and honest communication about sexual assault and really provide education for everybody about it and tell people three main things. First of all, what are the different kinds of sexual violence and what can we do to prevent them? Second is what is consent and how and when can it be given? And the third one is talking about being an active bystander and what that means and kind of having an opportunity to practice that.
Ohio is among several states that will share more than $82 million in federal funding as part of the Gear Up grant. The funding stems from the U.S. Department of Education and is designed to help low-income and first-generation college students to receive the necessary support in order to be successful in their undergraduate programs. Ohio schools and university partners will receive $3.5 million annually for 7 years to reduce barriers to college access. Coming up, USG is looking into changing the way you pay for food on campus.
And a spike in illegal college textbook downloads.
All that and more when we return. Do you ever feel like you're paying too much for textbooks? Well, you're not alone. In fact, some students are turning to free textbook downloads online. But some of these options are illegal. Lantern TV reporter Melissa Prax has more on this trend.
Many college students are trying to save a buck, whether that means renting a book or taking one out from the library.
I look on Chegg and Amazon and Barnes & Noble and like everything in between. I always try to find like the best one. I try to be frugal.
But buying a physical textbook is not the only option for students.
The downloaded version was $40 compared to a physical one, which is $200.
Welsh, like a rising number of college students, according to research by the Book Industry Study Group, may still buy some of their books, but prefer illegally downloading them to cut down on costs.
My friend in class is really good with computers, so he pirated it and then gave it to me.
Welsh said that the book was comparable to the print version, but more convenient to access.
I pirated the book and it's perfect. It's the same edition, same everything. It's a PDF file.
The study says that instructors aren't on the same page as students when it comes to number of books assigned. As for Welsh, he said he would consider downloading textbooks in the future.
I would definitely like to pirate them. Maybe I'll get them printed out because I definitely need the physical copy. This is the first year that I actually haven't had the physical copies and it's kind of been tough.
Student Book Exchange declined comment when asked by Lantern TV if illegal textbook downloads are a concern and referred us to Barnes & Noble, who have not responded as of Wednesday evening. Melissa Prax, Lantern TV.
Waste your blocks no more. Undergraduate student government is in the process of tweaking student meal plans. Although there are no new changes as of now, USG has been discussing ways of making the plan more economically efficient for students. They plan to integrate student ideas and opinions into the process by using polling before making any changes.
We know that students are not necessarily happy with the fact that they have extra money left on a block before they can use the whole thing, so they either have to buy a little bit extra or something like that. We know that they're not happy with the inflated prices at the C-stores and everything like that, but those are things that we want to address and that we're working with dining services who have been so helpful to try and look at.
Meal plans aren't the only things changing on campus. Morrill Tower residents can expect an increase in noise and odors for the next few months as the replacement of the third-floor roof is underway. The expected completion is set for mid-November after the process began about 2 weeks ago. The budget for this new campus construction project is set for over $300,000 and is being funded by Student Life. October is officially here, but we have been experiencing a mix of cool and warm temperatures over the past few days.
We sure have, and I hear the weather is going to be changing again over the next couple of days.
Our meteorologist John Bangoff is here to tell us about how we might be seeing some early spring-like temperatures this weekend. John?
Yes, guys, in fact, big changes on the way, and I'll talk about that more coming up for this afternoon, though much of the same. Eventual high of about 81 degrees for your Thursday afternoon. Winds out of the south about 5 to 7 miles an hour. It's going to be a pretty nice afternoon. Take advantage of it. The big changes coming tonight as we head into your day on Friday. Going to start out a little bit more mild. About 60 degrees is the morning low, and then as we head through the afternoon, only going to get up to about 70 degrees. It is going to be raining quite a bit tomorrow. I expect it to start just before lunchtime and linger through much of the afternoon into the evening, anywhere between a half 1/2 inch and 1 inch of rain across campus as a cold front comes through, bringing gusts to about 30 miles an hour. So it is going to be windy, it's going to be wet, going to be a pretty gross day. Big changes coming behind that though. Heading into your Saturday morning, we'll drop down to about 43 degrees, much cooler than we've had. We get up to an eventual high of 55 degrees for your Saturday afternoon. A chance of lingering showers as this cold front moves through. It's going to be a downright chilly day for your day on Saturday. And then check this out, guys. Sunday morning, we drop all the way down to 39 degrees, a temperature we've not seen since April 16th. Eventual high Sunday afternoon, 59 degrees. The sun will come out. It'll be a pretty cool and pleasant afternoon. And then for your day on Monday, we drop down to 46 degrees to start out, and then warm up to a mild 64. Should be a pretty nice weekend in store. Take advantage of it. Some big changes on the way, but more fall-like patterns settling in. I'm meteorologist John Bankhoff. Back to you guys in the studio.
Buckeye basketball gives us a peek into their upcoming season.
And remember that potato salad Kickstarter? Well, we'll tell you what happened with all of those $55,000 next on Buckeye News Now.
You may not have to look too far to make your mark in a big city. Forbes magazine named Columbus, Ohio, #1 out of 19 opportunity cities. Followed by Rochester, New York, and Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Columbus provides a low cost for home ownership, and with features like the Ohio State University, a top-tier medical center, headquarters of the Limited Brands, Nationwide Insurance, Huntington Bank, and many more, Columbus allows enterprisers to make their mark in an environment less stressful and crowded than major cities.
The development downtown, I think it's made it a beautiful place to be. The Brewery District, I mean, these are all areas that really attract people who want to go and be and do.
One viral Kickstarter campaign and $55,000 later, Zach Brown brought potato stock to Columbus. Potato stock featured music and oodles of potato salad recipes to rake in more than $18,000 for the Columbus Foundation. The money raised from sponsors and food sales at the event went towards making sure the homeless population in Columbus didn't go hungry.
We knew early on that we needed to give back, and so what we've done is we've set up a fund at the Columbus Foundation to raise money to give to charities that are working to end hunger and homelessness in Central Ohio.
Basketball tickets were released last week, and that can only mean one thing. Ohio State fans are ready for some Buckeye basketball. However, it's going to be a much different team than what fans remember due to the departure of 3 of Ohio State's 5 starters in guards Aaron Kraft and Linzel Smith, as well as forward LaQuinton Ross. Thad Matta and the men's basketball team took their first team photo on Thursday and also got to talk about what the 2014-2015 season may bring.
That's something we're banking on is guys being able to shift and do different things and from posting our guards to whatever it may be, yes.
I think it's changed just in the sense that we have new personnel, we have new guys. You know, we don't have the Crafts and the Linzels and the Qs and the Amadeos, but I think that at our core we'll be a defensive-minded basketball team just like we've always been. You know, Coach Matta really does a great job of instilling that in us, and we win a lot of games with our defense, and I don't think this year will be any different.
The Buckeyes hit the road this weekend as they take on the Maryland Terrapins for the first time in College Park. This Saturday marks the Terrapins' Big Ten home game debut, and our Assistant Sports Director, Aaron Yerian, fills us in on what we can look forward to with the brand new matchup.
As the Ohio State Buckeyes make their final preparations here in Columbus for Saturday's matchup in Maryland, Coach Meyer and players addressed issues concerning the pass defense.
We had a good day today. We're working at it, so I really like where we're headed.
Going from Navy to Vautech to and this week is total change up too. It's rough to adjust.
We feel challenged every game. You know, everybody criticized the passing defense here at Ohio State. We want to show the world who we are, and we want the top elite pass defense in the nation and in college football. So it's a challenge every week. You know, they're just trying to get the ball in the guys' their best hands. You know, Diggs, another guy in the boundaries. So they just try to get in space so they could create plays for them to get to their guys.
While the pass defense remains scrutinized, players praise Barrett's level of play.
He's a great quarterback, and he's really good at going through his checks and first option, second option, third option, and there's a lot of last week there's a few balls where we caught where Nick or myself we were the second or third option.
Not only is this the first Big Ten game of the season for the Buckeyes, but this is also the first time these two teams have faced each other in school history. Kickoff is scheduled for noon on Saturday, and until next time, for Lantern TV, I'm Aaron Yerian.
That's all we have for you this week on Buckeye News Now.
Remember to like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram and Twitter.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next week.